it, Sarah. All day. Hell yeah.
Arm wrestling's about to take place.
Yeah.
So wanted to know, I know you've been in some serious battles over the years. I was catching up on some of your matches last night on YouTube and watched a bunch of them on the WAL and all. So out of all your matches overall in your career, what is the one that stands out to you?
Oh, the ones that I would say I'd like to get another rematch with Rob Vincent. At the time when I competed against Rob, the last time we competed, I was pulling injured really bad on that WAL match. I had a torn rotator cuff and torn bicep. I was dealing with a lot. I'm actually just coming back from all that now, getting back strong. I'd like to have another rematch. That match really didn't set well with me, how it ended. And, and I hope that we do get another rematch. That's one of the matches in the back of my mind I'd like to get a rematch on. Other than that, a lot of people, since I've been out for this injuries that I had, I think a lot of people has kind of forgotten or don't realize where my level is. And this year is going to be a big year. I really think that everybody's going to really see soon. So I'm excited.
Nice. And when was that last time you pulled RVJ? Was that like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was about 2.5 years ago due to the fact of COVID. COVID set it all back to where we couldn't do it again. So I've actually reached out to him recently about us doing another match. So we're trying to set something up.
Now, you got injured during that match? That's when you hurt your rotator and you tore your bicep?
So I was starting to deal with pain prior, like 6 months prior to that match. And I didn't know really what it was. I knew my strength level was starting to drop and there was something wrong because I trained every day and I was like, something's not right. I'm having pains, which I have a high tolerance for pain. So I didn't really quite know what was going on. So I pulled the match. I was hurting really bad during the match. It was just getting worse and worse and worse. And then after the match, I went home and I got MRIs done on my shoulder and my arm. And the doctor was like, man, I don't even see how you was even able to be on the table. All your stuff was ripped almost completely off, So it was rough. It was really rough.
That is pretty crazy because after watching that match and now hearing that you were injured before, bro, the way you were going, it was just so devastating, so violent, the hits you were doing. And just to think with an injury, still being able to do that.
I know.
We definitely need to run that one back. I would love to see that match again. Holy
yes, indeed. Me too, man.
So what's the goals for 2022 now? Now that you're back and all, and what are you trying to do? You trying to come number one in North America? Are you trying to come number one in the world? What is Craig's goals these days?
So my goals right now is I have a couple stepping stones in front of me. I have the Hawthorne tournament, which there's some really tough, even European guys that are coming up. That's going to be at the end of May. I'm going there, and I'm going to go there to try to win that again. I won it last year. This year is going to be even better. So I'm excited about that. After that, July, I arm wrestle against Roger from Michigan. He's the number 3 220-pound guy. I want to go for that match, and I'm very excited for that match.
That's Roger Cunningham, correct?
That is correct. That is correct. And he's a real tall guy, and he's brings a lot to the table. He beat Brandon Elsessner. He beat him about a month and a half, 2 months ago. And so now I'm going to pull Roger, and then in October I'll pull Brandon Elsessner. And then hopefully I can try to get, I'd love to get a match over in the East versus West or something. I would love to do that. Ingen has talked to me a couple times about a couple of them. So I'm hoping that I'm going to get a shot because I'm definitely good enough to bring it to the table.
So I just wanted to break down everything you just said. So in Hawthorne at the end of May. I believe that is May 21st. I think that is Bill Collins's tournament he throws over in Hawthorne every year.
Yes, yes, it's an unbelievable contest. It's really good.
Yeah, everybody check that one out. This is a big one. They do it in the middle of a desert, and every arm wrestler around comes for this one. This is just, the top quality competition and all. So if you're around that area, definitely check that out, May 21st. And with Roger, I just want to let everybody know about Roger. Roger came on my radar a couple of months ago, and everybody was talking him up and all, and I seen him get the match with Brandon Alcessor, and I've been working a lot with Brandon. Through him at a couple of my events. This guy's been going all over the country. I brought him to Washington States. He friggin' dominated everybody out there. Then we went to West Virginia. He beat Travis Bajan left hand. I mean, this guy is just on a tear. So when he took the match with Roger, I saw Roger and I'm like, oh, Roger's pretty tall dude, good arm wrestler. I was like, I don't think he really has a shot for Brandon. I don't think he's on that level yet. Well, to my surprise, Roger came in. What an animal, man. Just what a show he put on that day. So exciting to watch. Came on in. There was a lot of controversy with the setup and all, with the reffing and all. And some people were saying it was a little unfair or whatever. But regardless, it was just a great day for Roger. Roger really showed himself, really showed his level. So very excited to see you going against that. And what's even great is right after we get to see you against Brandon Alcessor. And, that one I'm excited about. That is going to be another total war. So what are you expecting out of that match with Roger? What do you think his style is going to bring to you?
I've been watching a lot of footage that I've been, scraping up on Roger, and Roger, he tries to come to the table with a tall torso turn inside. He's very strong. If you let him get to that point, it kind of absorbs your arm. And when you go sideways, you're actually going into the tabletop because he's turning and he's up so high. So, I've pulled against a lot of people that way. That style, I like pulling people that kind of style. My style and Brandon's styles are totally different. I think Brandon's approach with him was the wrong way to approach him, but also, like you said, it was very controversial on how the setups and everything was. I mean, I feel like Brandon had the bad end of the stick on that, and he was, I think it would be a total different outcome. I think if they could have another go around, I really do. So I'm excited. I think that Roger brings a lot to the table and he's very strong. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm very, very excited.
Now, how are you going to prepare for that setup so it doesn't happen to you where, Roger kind of is a bully in that setup? Is he going to be able to bully Craig?
No, he's not going to be able to bully me. I don't really ever have a problem with people trying to overtake me on setups with the refs. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to demand and force that. And I know we're going to have good refs there because Luke Polsner is an outstandingly good ref. So he's going to be reffing the match and he will take control. And I'm going to just demand that the refs take control. And if Roger doesn't want to apply by what we're supposed to do, he's going to either get fouled or he's going to get beat. So that's the way it's going to happen.
Now, what style do you think is going to give you more problems? Is Rogers or Brandon?
I think more Brandon. Brandon's more versatile. I think that he was kind of got caught up in that match with Roger, and it got into his mind because I've seen Brandon be able to transition from trying to top roll to turning in and get to a shoulder. And Brandon's very versatile. I was very surprised to see that he kind of got caught up in the mix. And I think that Roger, he just played into Roger's game, I feel like. I honestly feel like he played into Roger's game, and that's what Roger wanted him to do. And it worked out perfect. Now, I think that, Brandon's talked with me about that match, and he was asking me, what do you think? And when I would tell him what I think he should have done, and he agreed, I think he just needs to change his approach with him and not try to let Roger absorb his hit, and it's going to be an exciting match. I think that it's going to be a different outcome.
Yeah, that match was definitely hard for Brandon. I feel Brandon went into the lion's den on that one. He had, all Rogers people there, and you know, he kind of was the outcast of that one. So I think that had a big part of it too. And I think Roger just being the beast he was, and I mean, he just bullied him, and I think he rattled him, you know, before even the match even begun. So
Exactly.